Hello everyone, welcome back. Another episode, Red Devils Talk. And of course, we won Arsenal 2-0, but you see in the title, late Kane deal. And a bit of shocking news has also come through from Duncan Castles right before I wanted to record this video. But we'll speak about that a bit later. We have to speak about Kobbie Mainoo once again, showing his potential world-class ability against players who are more experienced than him in a professional setup. We have to also speak about Hojlund. Fabrizio has given us an update on him as well. But before we get into today's video, subscribe, drop a like if you are here, and of course, click that notification bell so you know exactly when I do upload videos. I am your host, Session. Let's get into it. So, Kane, Harry Kane. I've said countless times before that he is a world-class goal scorer. He is world-class at having assists in his team. We've seen it at Spurs and we've seen it for England as well. It has been said that he is Ten Hag's number one choice. And with the way Ten Hag wants to play, he will definitely score goals. I mean, that is self-explanatory. But the way Daniel Levy continuously wants to play hardball and with a year left on his contract doesn't want to sell him for a fee that is reasonable, it does leave us with a problem of, do we go for him and do we not go for him? And interest has cooled and interest in Hojlund has, shall I say, heated up. But there has been some significant news that has come out from Rob Dawson from ESPN, and he said that the owners of Spurs have told Daniel Levy that Kane needs to be sold this summer or else he leaves on a free or sign a new contract. Now, this could be a turning point in the Harry Kane saga. It could also be nothing because Bayern Munich seems to have made inroads with Kane, and that could also be a bit of a false alarm because it's not always Bayern Munich that comes out and says, oh, we want this player, oh, we're definitely going for him, oh, he's a world-class player. Bayern Munich never does that. They just announce a signing. So it could be that they are moving forward with a deal for Kane, but on the other hand, they could also be behind in the Kane deal. He could be wanting United and there could be works behind the scenes that we are not aware of. And hearing that the owners of Spurs want to sell him this summer is a good prospect, but he can and potentially might be expensive. Now, where the late deal comes in, it is also said by Rob Dawson that we, United, are definitely going to be in for him should Daniel Levy and the owners of Spurs decide to sell him to a club in England. If that's the case, go and get him. Because in my opinion, he's probably just between 70 to 90 million with a year left on his contract. I don't think you want to be paying 100 million plus for a player who is 30 years old. And regardless of him guaranteeing goals, it is a short-term investment, about 3 years, 4 at most, if he is able to remain in that goal-scoring form that he continuously has season after season. Now, with Hojlund, it has been reported that this is a crucial week by Fabrizio, that even though PSG are in talks with his camp, he does prefer us. He has agreed personal terms with us and has told his agents to prioritize a deal with us. Now, if he comes in as a backup and we get Kane as well, that's fantastic, really, it would be. But the way it seems, it could be that United is playing the game with Ten Hag, knowing that he wants Kane as a first choice. Publicly has said that. It has been reported various times. But it could be a game that we are playing because we want Hojlund. Now, we know Hojlund is not as good as Harry Kane. He's definitely not a finished product. But if we cannot get Kane, then Hojlund is the target. And it seems like we are going to get him. It seems like he does want to come to us. That is already been discussed. But a late deal for Kane, close to the end of the transfer window, could be a possibility. You look at previous windows, a late deal we had for Casemiro. That was a huge late signing, and perhaps Kane could be in a similar mold, in a similar time frame, whether Ten Hag wanted him in early or not, it is a player that is still a target, is still available, and it is a player that United will try and get should an offer, a deal be possible. He is a signing that can take us from having a good season to having a great season. That is not even a joke. That is a true 100% fact that Kane can make us have a great season because he will come in and score goals. With the chances that we create and with the way Ten Hag wants to play, he definitely will get his fair share of goals. Now, that's not to say that we shouldn't be going for Kane if it's not possible. But in all fairness, I think we have to be realistic and realize that there's always a game that is being played in the transfer window. On the one hand, you always have to try to show your interest in a player, but don't show your full hand. It's like playing poker. You cannot have everybody know exactly what you have in your hand. You need to play it slowly, here and there, try and give a poker face, as it has always been said. So perhaps us showing that we might be in for Kane basically tells Atalanta, you know what, y'all think that we want him that much, but Kane's available. We're just going to go and get him when we can because he is Ten Hag's first choice. And if we do still go in for Hojlund, trust me, the price would drop because we wouldn't then be as desperate to get Hojlund. But on the other hand, it could also mean that Ten Hag wants Hojlund, and the news of us having a late deal for Kane potentially could just be a sign to Atalanta to say, listen, we're going to go get Kane and we don't really need Hojlund in that particular aspect. But Atalanta might look at it, okay, you know what? We actually need to get Hojlund sold because they're going to get Kane and then we definitely will have nobody else that is in for him. So you have to play the game in the transfer window, and that is why certain transfers take longer than others. Now, I've spoken so long about Harry Kane and Rasmus Hojlund. I haven't even spoken about the game when we won 2-0 against Arsenal. And in my opinion, as I always said, it is pre-season. It's all about match fitness. It's all about, rhythm of play, patterns of play, players getting sharper and fitter. But we did quite well. We were good in our rest defense. We closed the spaces. We were tight in midfield. And when we had the ball, we played some good football. I was quite impressed with the way we played in between the lines and the balls that we played in behind, where our goals actually came from. The first goal from Bruno was a ball that was played over the top to Mainoo. What a player of potential world class he is, Mainoo. I cannot speak enough about him. I spoke about him in the previous video with regards to his amazing performance. And knowing that he's going to be part of the first team is really, really exciting to see. Because the way he ran the midfield with Mount and Bruno was excellent to see. And the way he ran, in behind to play the ball into Bruno and Bruno scoring, Ramsdale again showing that he's not that great, in my opinion. But Bruno with a wonderful shot from outside the box, setting us off on the way, and the game was feisty. Ten Hag said that we don't play friendlies, and Arsenal kind of fell into the trap. The way they were kicking Ahmad, we saw he left the stadium with crutches, but he did confirm on his Instagram story that it is not as bad as once feared and he will be back soon. So good news to hear about Ahmad. But as I said, Mainoo, what a player of immense quality, a player that we will have much to see this season, and to see him develop is going to be exciting. And Sancho's goal, a ball once again from Mainoo, and the ability, the speed, the composure, the strength that he showed to get the ball, to run in behind, beat, Saliba and Gabriel with pace, and then finish clinically. I think Ten Hag is giving Sancho that chance, and even though an offer might come in, and someone might want him, it has been reported he's up for sale, should a lucrative offer come in, I think Ten Hag definitely is giving Sancho a chance. But if we get the striker, when we get the striker, how does he fit in? On the left-hand side, Rashford and Garnacho seems to be the two choices on the left-hand side. And Rashford might play striker, considering we might get a Hojlund or potentially Kane. And on the right-hand side, it's Anthony and potentially Ahmad, competing for that right-hand side. So where does he find himself? Does he compete for the left-hand side or the right-hand side? He definitely can play as a false nine. We've seen that, but that's not his main position. That's not where he wants to be. So difficult for Sancho, but interesting to see exactly how he will work his way into the team and be a benefit to the team, because he has to perform. If he doesn't, he definitely will be on the bench and potentially be sold should he have not that good a season this season. So a good win, a good practice match against Arsenal and Wrexham next, where the youngsters will be playing, and then after that Real Madrid, which is going to be more important and exciting to see, because the big players will be playing in that game. And I'm sure in that game, Andre Onana will probably get his debut. That in itself is exciting to see. So a late Kane deal, potentially, as reported by Rob Dawson, where his owners have said that he needs to be sold this summer, else is leaving on a free. We had a very good practice game against Arsenal, and we continue to get fitter, get sharper, improve our play and the way Ten Hag wants to develop the team. So that is fantastic. And again, it's pre-season, so we don't take much note of the result itself, because last pre-season we won Liverpool 4-0 and ended up losing to them 7-0 in the league. So don't take much attention to the scoreline. Look at the way we played, the fitness, and the way we gelled, as a team, and that will develop more and more better over time. Subscribe to the channel. Once again, thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate the support. Have a good day, and of course, have that notification bell clicked so that you know when I do upload videos again. Bye bye, Red Devils, and have a good day.